Holy Saturday is a special day for Christians all around the world. It is the day between Good Friday, when Jesus died on the cross, and Easter Sunday, when Christians believe Jesus rose from the dead. Holy Saturday is sometimes called the Great Sabbath, Easter Eve, or Black Saturday. It is a day filled with quiet, reflection, and waiting. To understand why this day is important, let's explore its origin, history, the biblical events connected to it, its meaning for Christians, and the many ways it is observed across different Christian communities and cultures. Let's start at the beginning, with the origin and history of Holy Saturday. The story of Holy Saturday comes from the Bible, in the New Testament. According to the Gospels, Jesus was crucified and died on a Friday, which Christians call Good Friday. After his death, his body was taken down from the cross and placed in a tomb. The next day, which was a Sabbath day for the Jewish people, Jesus' followers rested. They were sad, confused, and afraid. They did not know what would happen next. This day of waiting and silence is what Christians now call Holy Saturday. The early Christians remembered this day as a time of mourning and reflection. In the earliest centuries of the Church, Holy Saturday was a very quiet day. There were no celebrations, and people often fasted, meaning they did not eat much or at all. It was a day to remember Jesus' death and to wait for the joy of Easter. Over time, Christians began to prepare for Easter on Holy Saturday night with special prayers and ceremonies. This tradition continues today in many churches. Now, let's look at the biblical events associated with Holy Saturday. The main event is Jesus' body resting in the tomb. After his death, a man named Joseph of Arimathea, who was a follower of Jesus, asked the Roman governor, Pontius Pilate, for permission to bury Jesus. Joseph took Jesus' body, wrapped it in a clean linen cloth, and placed it in a new tomb that had been carved out of rock. A large stone was rolled in front of the entrance. Some of Jesus' friends, including women who had followed him, watched where he was buried. The Gospels tell us that the tomb was guarded by soldiers, because the authorities were worried that someone might try to steal Jesus' body. While the Gospels do not describe much about what happened on Holy Saturday, some Christian traditions teach that Jesus descended to the dead, or to hell, as part of his saving work. This belief is called the harrowing of hell. It means that Jesus went to the place of the dead to free the souls of good people who had died before his coming. This idea is found in ancient Christian writings, and it is mentioned in the Apostles' Creed, a statement of Christian faith that says, "He descended to the dead." This event shows that Jesus' love reaches everywhere, even to the darkest places. But what does Holy Saturday mean for Christians today? For many, it is a day of waiting, hope, and quiet faith. It is a time to remember the sadness and confusion that Jesus' friends felt after his death, before they knew about his resurrection. Holy Saturday teaches Christians to trust God, even when things seem dark or uncertain. It is a reminder that, even when we do not see or understand what God is doing, something wonderful may be about to happen. The silence of Holy Saturday leads to the joy of Easter morning. In the life of the Church, Holy Saturday is also a day of preparation. It is the final day of Holy Week, which is the most important week in the Christian calendar. Holy Week begins with Palm Sunday, when Jesus entered Jerusalem, and includes Maundy Thursday, when Jesus shared the Last Supper with his friends, and Good Friday, when he died on the cross. Holy Saturday is the bridge between the sorrow of Good Friday and the celebration of Easter. Now, let's explore the traditions and practices of Holy Saturday in different Christian denominations and around the world. In the Roman Catholic Church, Holy Saturday is a day of quiet and waiting. The church is bare, and the altar is left empty. There are no masses or celebrations of the Eucharist during the day. Instead, Catholics are invited to pray and reflect. The most important event happens at night, with the Easter Vigil. This is the first celebration of Easter, and it is the most important service of the year. The Easter Vigil begins in darkness, often outside the church. A fire is lit, and from it, the Paschal Candle is lit. This large candle represents Jesus, the light of the world. The people process into the church, carrying candles and singing. There are readings from the Bible that tell the story of God's love, from creation to the resurrection of Jesus. New members may be baptized, and the congregation celebrates the first Mass of Easter. In the Eastern Orthodox Church, Holy Saturday is also a day of waiting and hope. Orthodox Christians call this day the Great Sabbath, because it is a day of rest, just as God rested after creating the world. The church is filled with a sense of expectation. In the morning, there is a special service called the Vesperal Divine Liturgy of St. Basil, which remembers Jesus' victory over death. The church is decorated with flowers, and the priests often wear white or bright colors to show that Easter is coming soon. Like Catholics, Orthodox Christians celebrate the resurrection at night with the Paschal Vigil. At midnight, the priest announces, "Christ is risen," and the people respond, "Truly, he is risen." The church is filled with light, music, and joy. In many Protestant churches, Holy Saturday is a quieter day, but some communities hold special services or prayer times. In some places, churches hold an Easter Vigil, similar to the Catholic and Orthodox traditions. Others may focus on preparing the church for Easter, decorating with flowers or setting up for Sunday's celebration. Some Protestant Christians use Holy Saturday as a time for personal reflection, reading the Bible, or spending time in prayer. Around the world, Christians mark Holy Saturday in many different ways, shaped by their cultures and traditions. In some countries, people gather to bless food that will be eaten on Easter Sunday. In Poland, for example, families bring baskets of food to church, including bread, eggs, sausage, and cakes. The priest blesses the baskets, and the food is shared with family and friends on Easter morning. In the Philippines, Holy Saturday is called Black Saturday, and it is a day for rest and quiet. Many people spend time with family or visit the graves of loved ones. In Greece and other Orthodox countries, people prepare for the midnight celebration by cooking special foods, such as lamb and sweet bread. Children may dye eggs red to symbolize the blood of Christ and the joy of new life. In some places, people gather in the streets at midnight, holding candles and singing songs of resurrection. In Latin America, Holy Saturday is marked by a mix of solemnity and celebration. In some areas, there are processions or plays that tell the story of Jesus' burial and resurrection. In Mexico and other countries, people may burn effigies of Judas, the disciple who betrayed Jesus, as a symbol of getting rid of evil. In other places, families clean their homes and prepare for the feast of Easter. In Ethiopia, which has a large Orthodox Christian population, Holy Saturday is called Holy Saturday of Light. People fast and pray during the day, and at night they gather in churches for the Easter Vigil. The church is dark, and then suddenly filled with light as everyone lights candles to celebrate the resurrection. Even in places where Christians are a minority, Holy Saturday is observed in unique ways. In India, for example, Christians may hold special prayers or processions, and families come together to prepare for Easter Sunday. No matter where they live, Christians use Holy Saturday as a time to remember, reflect, and prepare. It is a day that brings together the themes of sorrow and hope, death and new life. It teaches patience, trust, and the belief that, even in the darkest times, God is at work. Let's take a moment to think about the deeper meaning of Holy Saturday. For many Christians, this day is about waiting in faith. It reminds them that life is not always easy or clear. Sometimes, we do not understand why things happen, or we feel lost and alone. Holy Saturday shows that it is okay to feel sad or confused. It is a day to sit with those feelings and to trust that something good is coming, even if we cannot see it yet. Holy Saturday is also about hope. Christians believe that, even though Jesus died, he did not stay dead. He rose again, and in doing so, he brought new life to everyone who believes in him. The silence of Holy Saturday is not the end of the story. It is the pause before the greatest joy of all, Easter. This day also teaches about community. In the Bible, Jesus' followers did not know what would happen next, but they stayed together. They waited, prayed, and supported each other. Today, Christians gather in churches, homes, and communities to remember this day together. They share their hopes and fears, and they prepare to celebrate the resurrection as one family. Holy Saturday is a day of contrasts. It is quiet, but full of hope. It is a day of mourning, but also of waiting for joy. It is a time to look back at the sadness of Good Friday and to look forward to the happiness of Easter. In this way, Holy Saturday speaks to everyone, not just Christians. It is about the human experience of waiting, hoping, and believing in something greater than ourselves. For those who are not Christian, Holy Saturday can still offer important lessons. It shows the value of patience, the power of hope, and the importance of coming together in difficult times. It reminds us that even when things seem dark, light can shine again. As we have seen, Holy Saturday is rich in history, meaning, and tradition. It began as a day of quiet waiting, and it remains a time for reflection and hope. From the earliest Christians to people around the world today, Holy Saturday brings together faith, culture, and community. To sum up, Holy Saturday is the day between Good Friday and Easter Sunday. It remembers the time when Jesus lay in the tomb, and his followers waited in sadness and hope. The day is rooted in the Bible and has been observed by Christians for nearly 2,000 years. It is a day of silence, preparation, and expectation. Christians around the world mark this day in different ways, with prayers, fasting, special services, and unique cultural traditions. No matter how it is observed, Holy Saturday is a reminder that hope can come out of sorrow, and that new life can follow even the darkest moments. It is a day that invites everyone to pause, reflect, and prepare for the joy of Easter. So, whether you are Christian or simply interested in learning about different traditions, Holy Saturday offers a message of patience, hope, and the promise of new beginnings. It teaches us to wait with faith, to support one another, and to look forward to the light that follows the darkness.